Thank you for tuning in. Clownvis to the rescue will be starting shortly. Remember to visit clownvis.bigcartel.com for all your Clownvis merchandise needs. Bahiga, Botswana, Boomshanka and all that jazz.
All right, baby. We don't want to waste any time today. Yeah. Right. Let's get into it tonight. How you doing? I hope the answer is alright, because it's Clownvis. Clownvis to the rescue. It's Saturday night and we got a big night planned. We're gonna chat with a friend. What happens, anything can. Clownvis. Clownvis to the rescue. I'm gonna interview a really cool guy. His name is Cardone. He's a magician and so much more. Clownvis, that's me. Clownvis to the rescue. I said it's all good, it's all in fun. So get in the pit and try to love someone. Ball with the ball, bang it dang, diggy, 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 set the boogie. Hup, rup, ya boogie, it's Clownvis. That's me, and I am here to rescue Bahiga, Botswana. Hello, Crystal, Ava, Eager Beaver, Ashworth, and Corey Cooper, Yvette Shields, Christopher Onzo. I see your comments all. Hello. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the big show tonight. Big Saturday night show, and I'm excited about this one. Our 150th episode. Sounds like a number I just made up, like I'm just exaggerating. But I'm not exaggerating. That is the real ass number of this episode, 150. And so I didn't want to do anything short of an amazing broadcast tonight. And first, let me apologize. We got cut off towards the end of the show last night. We had a power flicker, a strange power flicker in here that knocked me offline. And I will be making up all the shout outs that I missed. We'll get to those at the end of the show. So I apologize about that. But ladies and gentlemen, I do have a big guest here tonight. I'm excited to talk to. We're going to be talking live via Zoom. But before we get into that, let me just check in with the crew. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him. Of course, I'm talking about Squeeb. Squeeb, how you doing, buddy?
Clownvis! What's up, doggy? Rickety-pow-pow, rickety-now-now!
Hey, Squeeb, how you doing, man?
Brother man, I am good. And let me be the first to congratulate you on 150 amazing episodes of Clownvis to the Rescue. A true milestone, Clownvis.
Well, thank you, Squeeb. I couldn't have done it without you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, I got Cardone on. Do you like magic? Are you a magic man?
Dude, I am so excited. I am such a fan of magic.
Oh, that's cool, man. I know we've never talked about magic.
Oh, yeah. Magic Johnson, Magic School Bus, Magic Chef, Magic the Gathering. The list goes on and on. I love magic.
Yeah, those are all different types of magic. That's not exactly what we're going to be talking about tonight, but I think you'll enjoy it.
Well, listen, whatever the hell you guys talk about, I'm sure it's going to be interesting, Clownvis. So let's not waste any time, buddy. Let's get into it.
Wow.
Episode number 150. Oh, my God.
Thanks, Squeeb. Squeeb's in a good mood, and I also want to check in with our robot, Brainina 95, before we get to tonight's big guest. Brainina, can you hear me? Are you alive in there? What's up, Brain Needle?
Hello, Clownvis.
Hi, Brainina. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Doing good here. Doing real good. We got a special guest tonight. Are you excited about Cardone?
Oh, boy. I'm a huge fan of the Toilet Boys.
That was his rock and roll group, the Toilet Boys, huh? What do you think?
Hell yeah, dude. They're one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time.
That's very true, Brainina. Maybe think of a question for him. If you want to ask him a question, I'll let you, all right?
That would be awesome. I'll try and think of something good.
All right. Thanks, Brainina. I'll check back in. Think of a good question.
Brainina 95.
Thanks, Brainina. Ladies and gentlemen, I've said it over and over again now. We do have a big guest that I want to get to. He is my absolute, hands-down favorite magician that I've ever seen. And, I've talked a lot about magic on this show. And he first came onto my radar years ago, 20 years ago or more. He plays bass in one of the coolest bands of all time called the Toilet Boys. They were an NYC phenomenon. around the turn of the century, and it's just a pleasure to know him. So before we get into it, let's start off this segment with showing you a little bit of what Cardone did in the Toilet Boys, what he does in the Toilet Boys. This is one of the Toilet Boys' classic songs, a classic video, Living Like a Millionaire. Watch this. You ready to jump into it?
Hell yeah. You can hear me?
I can hear you, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is, live via Zoom, the one and the only Cardone, the amazing Cardone.
What's up, man? How are you?
I am doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm ready to have some fun. Let's have an online party.
Yes, that's what we're doing here. Cheers. Look at this. He's got the cup. Now, you said one of the Clownvis fans sent you that cup, huh?
A few of them, yeah. So you sent some over my way. I don't know, like a few months ago, and they sent me this. I was beyond flattered. So cheers, Clownvis fans, and cheers, Clownvis. Happy Saturday.
Cheers. Well, a little quick background. I was a fan first. Obviously, I was a Toilet Boys fan from back, like I said, around the turn of the century. So I was familiar with your image and your work for years before I finally met you. And we met up in New York through our mutual friend Adam Realman, a sideshow performer, right?
Coney Island, we met.
Up in Coney Island, and you have really blown my mind with the magic I've seen you do live. And furthermore, what you put out online, as simple as following you on Instagram, you do daily, not daily, but you do regular sleight of hand tricks and things that are, you can watch them 100 times, and I don't know how you do it, you know. And I know a little bit about magic, but you can fool me so easily, man.
Well, it's interesting because doing magic online is not the same as live because you can rewind. People have short attention spans. And I'm one of those magic dudes. I'm not like a trick monkey where I'm doing magic tricks all the time. I figured out how to pepper it. So it comes when it's not expected. And when you want more, it's gone. To me, that's one of the secrets to magic is how much and when, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
well, of course, because every time you do a trick, the kid says, do it again.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that's
online
that's
they can
rule
go
number
look.
one. Well, that's so cool, man. Like I said, I dabble so little in magic. You know, I've read
seen
about
you
the
do magic.
fundamentals.
Yeah, you
Well,
do. I've seen you bust out. Magic is like, it's a certain character type. Because I know dudes that are sleight of hand gurus, and they are not wizards. You know, so I'll give you're a wizard. You got the wizard power, which is
well, thanks, man.
No, it is. It's sometimes I call it the eye of the tiger. Like I have some old school magician buddies, and they don't even have to do a trick. They just walk on stage and there's a spark. And that's why you have the spark. So when you do tricks, no matter what the difficulty level, it's got that.
Well, yeah. I like the self-working stuff, but yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, it's all good. Self-working magic is good.
What I've noticed about you, and I mean, you don't got to give anything away, but it appears that you don't, at least with your sleight of hand, you don't really use gimmicked things or rigged things. It's a lot of real,
it's the
right
old
in front
school.
of your face. What you're holding is holding.
That's it, man. I when I'm teaching somebody magic, my theory is, and you're a showbiz guy, you know, if you make a mistake using a gadget, they're not going to forgive you as if you sleight of hand and you make a mistake. So like if you're a juggler and you drop a ball, the audience doesn't yell at you. They're like, oh my God, it's hard to juggle, you know? So to me, magic's the same. If you're using a palming technique or something and they see it, it's like, oh, he can palm cards, you know? But if you get caught with the string hanging from the, whatever you're, you know, or whatever it is, it's just like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a string. So,
so I don't want to. We could jump around, but let's kind of start at the beginning. I don't need your whole life story, but you start doing. You started doing magic shows when you were a kid, right? When you were real young.
I was really young, and I'll show you right now. Not to leave camera, but this is literally the book that got me into this whole thing.
Spooky Tricks.
Yeah, I used to check this book out of the library in first grade, like a lot. And my dad finally bought me a copy. And this is the actual copy. This is the book that changed my life. You know?
Wow.
So,
yeah.
And then in high school, I started getting gigs. I started hustling it. And I was really bad in school.
I saw a picture of you doing like a birthday party when you were a young man, and you I think you were doing dove magic. Is that right?
No, there wasn't. It might have been a parakeet. I had a parakeet at one point.
Okay.
But I realized, I was like, look, man, I got to make money. I'm bad in school. I'm learning disabled in math. I mean, that's not my thing. It was school. But I knew that if I didn't take the reins and hustle my own crap, I was going to be taking somebody else's reins. Yeah, so I was like, look, I got to figure out this game. And magic seemed, I mean, you know, there's entertainers can make money on a working class level. Like people book us for events.
Absolutely.
You know, they're having a party or a tattoo convention or a 4th of July event at a whatever. And like, they need somebody to show up and put on a show. Might as well be me or you. Right?
Yeah. Well,
so I
know how much, before this past year happened, I mean, you were out there, what, five nights a week. I mean, you are a real gig man. You do corporate gigs, you do private gigs, you do bars up in New York. I mean,
everything.
Clubs.
Nightclubs, bars, you name it, I'll do it. I've performed at weddings, funerals, you name it. To me...
Is there something right now that maybe you could show the gang? We keep talking about magic. Maybe just a little.
Yeah. Well, I'll show you now.
A little something.
When I was a kid, I actually didn't want to learn magic right away. The first thing I wanted to do is my grandma. She was she would shuffle cards. So I saw this, the bridge shuffle, and it was like, wow, what is that? It looks weird. It's not a normal thing. So then I started to learn to shuffle. And then I saw in a Tom and Jerry you remember Tom and Jerry cartoons? I'm sure you do.
Of course. I still watch them.
Yeah, me too. I remember seeing this in a Tom and Jerry cartoon. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. I thought it was a trick deck of cards. I thought that they were, glued on the ends. So then I started messing around with that. And, believe it or not, that right there is easy to do. this is actually a lot harder to learn. So then I started learning how to do these, and then I learned how to do the big boy when I got a little older. This is the NSL shuffle. This is where you split them, thread them down the back, and with one hand do the shuffle.
One hand. Wow, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what got me rolling on Magic as a skill level thing, right? And then I had a Magic guy come to my elementary school. I remember, and he was making things appear, and I saw the crap coming out of his sleeves. It was like the Wizard of Oz, and I was like, oh my God, I see this stuff. And so I'm going to do that trick right now, but I'll show you now. I don't have anything up my sleeves except the hard-to-explain tattoos. You know, you're a Zombo fan. There you go.
Yes, sir.
There you go. So here, watch this. This looks cool. That's a bunch of cards. And if you, see, there's a few more. And mind you, as a kid watching this, I was shocked. And, here we go. Now, what I didn't realize. Shocked.
I'm an old man.
What I didn't realize, good Lord, if he would have rolled his sleeve up like this, there would have been a problem. But what I really didn't realize is if the dude rolled his sleeve up, guess what? I would have been wrong.
Wow.
Yeah. So this has been my life's work.
I mean, you do it so effortlessly, and I mean, I guess that's the.
They're not ending. There we go.
It's insane.
And occasionally you can show the back of your hand and the front and still get one to come out.
See, that's beyond magic to me. And something that I want to mention to you, and obviously it's a main factor in your core of your being, is your discipline. You need an insane amount of discipline. And I've seen you roll the coin on your hands and with the card work. The discipline that it takes, because I can shuffle, I can do the spread from one hand to the other, and that's it.
Okay,
I
good,
can't do
yeah.
anything more than that.
It's literally, as you know,
it takes years.
It's all discipline. Yeah, you wake up in the morning. When I wanted to learn that, the hard one, I remember I like doing that because even if you know what I'm doing, it still works. People still like it. And I remember when I wanted to do it, it's just every day you got to wake up and go, I'm going to devote 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever. Short, not long, but every day.
Yeah.
That's
and
it.
You got to be
if
in
you
love
don't do
with
it every
and
day,
passionate about it.
You got to be OCD. That's what it is. A little OCD. This is something everybody in your audience can learn how to do. The coin rolls. Right? This is not, this is all doable. And people, when they're learning this, they always do it like that. You want to keep them relaxed and you roll the coin across. And when it gets here, it's almost therapeutic. Now, here's the one. I don't know if you've ever seen this. You do a little coin magic ever? Probably done a little bit.
I had the, like the gimmicked Scotch and soda or Mexican Centavo.
Okay, yeah, that's good. But these are Morgan silver dollars. And this is a famous move people learn when they're doing magic. You take the coin and it stays in the hand, right? You've seen that before, I'm sure. You come over here and you take it and it stays in the hand. Now, here's the thing. If you take it like this, the thing that you can do is you can make it so it's two.
Look at that.
Yeah. And not only two, if you practice, you can show two and make it 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
It's amazing. That's amazing.
Just 4 coins. I prefer the old school stuff. I see magicians doing crap with cell phones and that's okay.
Right.
I personally prefer ancient.
Yeah, well, I don't see you, which is a great trait. I don't see you even really like it. It's not like you're competing with other magicians. It's almost, they don't even matter. I know you mentioned some of the old guys sometimes when you're talking about history. Yeah. But as far as who else is out there now, you got the horse blinders on and you do your thing, and that's what I think makes it great.
I'm going to be honest, and I bet you agree. Sometimes if I see too many different kinds of performers, it screws up my creative brain. Like, I don't want to see what all the other magicians are out there doing. I don't care.
Absolutely.
I really don't care.
No,
And I'm sure with you, same.
Yeah, I'm like that too. It can throw you off track immediately and influence your thinking whether you mean it to or not. You know, if you're watching something and it can just change your perspective on what you're doing yourself.
Yep.
So that can be, it's got to be nice and non-threatening and very captivating for me to pay attention.
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
I want to talk a little bit more about, so then you got older after you started doing magic, you got good at it, you went through your teenage years and got good at it, and then you started playing with the Toilet Boys. What I imagine you must have been a young guy, huh, in your teenage years, or when was that?
Actually, Toilet Boys, I was 22.
Okay.
22 years old, and it happened kind of quick, man. I came to New York City in 95. Originally, I'm from Pennsylvania, and I moved to New York after studying like theater and stuff with kind of no intention of doing theater. It was just what I just learned in school, and I did theater, I did magic, but I was a dirty punk rocker, and I came to New York, and I just wanted to experience New York City. And I don't know if you were here, you've been here in the old days. It was the Wild West.
Yeah, it used to be a lot different than it is now, for sure.
Now it's like very. It's not the Wild West. It's very. Right. The people that would come to New York that were a little terrified after it got, quote, safe, started to move there.
Right.
So the people that moved there in the old days, they had some backbone. You had to put up with some crap to live here. So within 1 year, I remember I was working at a bagel shop. I baked bagels for a while. Hardest job I ever had. And I went into a coffee shop and I wrote, what are you going to be doing? What are you doing? You're not going to be working in a bagel shop 10 years from now. And I wrote, I want to be in a band. I need to be in a band. I didn't play in lots of bands, but I was in like basement bands that only did one show and then that was it. You know?
Sure.
I did that. And I could play. Not good, but I could pull it off. And I was like, I need to be in a band. So I started going out more. I was like, what do you need to do? I wrote it down. See more shows. Right? So that was it. I went to see a show. It was The Voluptuous Horror of Karen Black, and Toilet Boys was the opening band. And Toilet Boys got on stage, blew my head off, and they were like, yo, we need a bass player. The singer guy.
No kidding.
And I was like, oh shit. And there was a dude in the front row. It was Mistress Formica, the drag queen, out of drag. And she was like, yo, you want to meet him? I'm friends with him. And I was like, well, yeah, but I'm just going to go to the t-shirt. So Formica came over with me, and I ended up becoming friends with all these guys. And Rick, Toilet Boy Rick, was working the t-shirt booth. And I was like, yo, you need a bass guy? That was it. So,
man.
And then from that, it went quick. It kind of, we got Sean joined 5 months after I joined, the tall guy.
Yeah. And
then somebody just wrote obsessive card disorder. That's funny. Writers. And yeah, that was it, dude. It went quick. My chops had to get good quick because we started getting kind of cool shows fast, you know?
And that's what I was going to say. You guys, you played with every legendary band that a rock band could want to play with. Motorhead. Yep. You can name a few yourself, I'm sure.
We did. My favorites. Motorhead and Wasp. That was my 6th Toilet Boy show.
Wow.
I was shocked. I can see that sound check because we were hanging out with Chris Holmes because I'm a huge Wasp fan. I'm a Motorhead fan too, but I love. Yeah. And Chris Holmes was there. So then we were told we weren't allowed to play our Motorhead cover, Vibrator, by the management. They're like, you can't play it. And we were like, all right, we don't care. So Lemmy walks in and he's like, I heard you got a song. I want to hear it. And we were like, they told us we can't play it. And he's like, fuck it, play it. That was it. We were like, all right, we're playing the song. And as he's talking to us, Blackie Lawless walked in the room and they hated each other.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Oh, yes. And they ended up
awesome.
quitting the tour 2 shows later. Motorhead pulled out of the tour.
Wow.
Yeah, there was so much tension. It was like they both had black tight jeans and white boots.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you got to remember, you're talking about, I mean, what year was that? Early
97,
2000 or late 90s?
96.
Okay.
Somewhere in there.
Because, I mean, that when the Toilet Boys, when you came on my radar, you got to understand how dead rock and roll was. It was almost as dead as it is now. I mean, this was before any kind of glam rock resurgence. Like Motley Crue hadn't kind of gotten together as a legacy act yet.
Yep, that's it. You're
so
right.
There was no, the Ramones ended in '96, and there was kind of a void there for at least people like me looking for something that wasn't just post grunge.
It was what it was for me, and I think the reason why the industry bands like all my heroes, they liked Toilet Boys, and I think it's because those bands in the early '90s were all influenced. The grunge movement, to me, I didn't get it. I missed the boat on it. I was so into Gwar and the Ramones and Misfits and King Diamond that grunge movement didn't exist. I didn't even notice it.
Right.
And my band, we had a couple weird influences that most people would never have. Jane County, the first trans rocker. I mean, she was an influence.
The New York scene, and all the history that holds in itself. You guys obviously, you encompass that more than any band since the late '70s. I'd say they captured that.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Yeah, I mean, the New York Dolls is our influence, obviously, and I always say when I hear bands I don't like, I'm like, they need to go listen to the Ramones a little more. They're like they're missing the thing that makes you go like this to the song, the Dee Dee downstroke, and we had that. So, we were all about.
And listen to this, man. So speaking of, you just mentioned Dee Dee Ramone, something that this must be huge for you, and in Dee Dee Ramone's book, he wrote a few books. In his book Chelsea Horror Hotel, I have it printed out here. I'm gonna read what he said about your band, the Toilet Boys.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this because I never heard this.
You never heard this?
No, and I got a funny Dee Dee story after this. You're gonna crap your pants when you hear it. So go ahead. I can't wait to hear this.
You'll have to read this this novel. He wrote a few biographies, but this is a novel.
Wow.
And it's written as a biography, but it's written like Gonzo style, where it's real stories, and then he murders the maid, and he just takes off with these crazy endings of his own.
Oh, why do I miss this? I gotta.
Well, listen. So it's based in reality, but then he loses it, and tells these crazy stories. But listen to what he says about you guys. He's talking about being clean now in New York. He says, at this point, I was desperately trying to escape the Manhattan morning madness by burying myself in old-fashioned musical escape fantasy. But that was wearing thin in my brain already. So far, the only thing I have seen that was any fun lately was the Toilet Boys at the Club Life on Bleecker Street in New York City. Miss Guy and the Toilet Boys turned the place into a rock and roll heaven for one night. Seeing all this and the music and the energy boost it gave me almost made me feel like being on stage again. In fact, as it would turn out, I would indeed end up playing again at this club with my own band a few months later doing a bunch of Ramones songs for a rock and roll starved audience. I mean, that's got to help you sleep at night, right?
Yes. And then we went on tour with Marky and Dee Dee in Canada.
Did you really? With the Remains? Was it? They calling themselves the Remains?
That's it. And here's the funny part to the story. So I would go on to, on tour. For me, magic and ventriloquism to me was what I would do at the after parties. I would, everybody's partying, and I would be like, I'll do magic and have fun and practice my chops because I was always doing magic. And
sure,
I would whip out a ventriloquist dummy, and I'm actually gonna get one. I have two. I can't call them dummies out loud. I have two that I use, and one of them I didn't get out, but I'm gonna get them out now that we're talking about Dee Dee, because there's a video of Dee Dee Ramone filing the dummy's nails. And
kidding? Wow.
Yeah. And talking to the puppet, and then 2 or 3 shows later, you're going to die when you hear this story because it tickles me to death in so many ways. So I don't know how many shows into the tour, we're in a dressing room in some city in Canada, and I bust out George Gorlick, my little buddy, and people, it's fun. If you whip out a little buddy, you have a little, what's your little buddy? Where's Sploogey? What's his name? Where's your friend?
Squeegee.
Squeegee, what's his name?
Squeeb. You can call him Sploogey. That's a good name too.
Squeege. So, he comes to the party and it changes the vibe. It's like, hey, a little buddy. So Dee Dee Ramone freaked out. He went, get out of here. Like full on. Not only was he having a meltdown, Marky called him Douglas sometimes. He was like, Douglas, it's a puppet. Don't worry. It's a puppet. And I was like, oh shit. So I put George away and that was that. I was like, all right, Dee Dee's, Dee Dee.
I can totally imagine Dee Dee's face with that
just
bug
the eyes.
freak.
Yeah. So wait, it gets better. From that moment on, if I was in the same room with him, he would freak out and leave. Not only did he freak out and leave, a year later, I bumped into him at the Continental. He was standing with a bunch of my friends, and I went up and was like, oh, hey. And Dee Dee literally went, I'm leaving because he's here. And he literally stormed out, and everybody was like, oh, what was that?
Well,
I was like,
Dee Dee
doesn't like me.
I believe that because it just in his books, it's kind of reflective that he has like a kind of a almost a childlike sense of good and evil. Like I could see him literally believing that the devil was in you, and he kind of simplistic like that. Part of his greatness.
I mean, he's totally to know that why childhood hero despised me to his death for a reason that is it doesn't upset me at all. It makes me like him even more. I mean, really. I remember Joey Ramone not long after being like, oh, you're the guy with the puppet? So I guess the story of him being terrified of the puppet made its rounds.
It's a good story. Hey, let me show let me show everybody watching this.
Show them that. I'm going to go get my buddy, okay? Let me go get my buddy.
Yeah. This is Cardone on stage with Joey Ramone. Joey Ramone got up there and I'll have him tell exactly
that was his birthday.
how this. That was his birthday. This was his birthday show, and
that was insane.
Man,
Ronnie Spector played the Misfits guy, Jerry Only. All right, George.
Can you imagine?
So this little buddy here, which I'm going to bring out now, I made him. He doesn't like talking about it, but he's been in my show for a while. Hey,
good-looking guy.
Hold on here, George. Hell you doing? I'm good. What the hell's going on here? Oh my God. What are we doing? We're doing a show.
Wow,
It's Clownvis.
look at this guy.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, bud.
Hell you doing? Oh my God. What's going on? So I'm telling him the Dee Dee story. Yeah. And you remember? Oh, I remember. He's nuts. I know. Yeah. You don't have to say it like that. But yeah, he was pretty nutty to tour with. I think he smoked pot like a freak on that tour. Oh my God. I remember. I do. How you doing? I'm good. We're having a show. Oh, there it is. George, your eyes are crooked. You made them, idiot. I know, I did. I'm sorry. So, anywho, that's my Dee Dee story.
You're so effortless with your ventriloquism too, and I remember seeing you throw. I remember seeing you throw your voice one time. I don't know. That probably doesn't work online, does it?
Not necessary. Let me see. Yo. Hold on.
It probably won't because it's all picking up from the mic.
Yo. It might. George, you're going to bed. Let me move George. All right, I'm out of here.
Bye, George.
See you, dude. What are you doing later? All right, nothing. Just stay here. Go to bed. I don't want to go to bed.
Did you like that guy?
Ow! Ow! Oh my God! Shh! All right. So watch. This is the old. Yo, there's tea in here. Let me drink it. So the voice throwing trick. is old. It's like the original. Like if you went back in time, it would be that. It was like they didn't have puppets.
Right.
I'm gonna use this Dracula cup here to do it. Hold on. Yo, hello, yo, man, what do you want? Keep talking. Yo, hey, man, what are you doing? Yeah, I don't know.
I love it.
Yeah. So anywho,
I love
that
it,
is
man.
That's ancient. That's mentioned in the Bible like 3 times.
Yeah, well, and while you mention the Bible, I want to let people know that beyond being a rock and roller and a magician, I don't know if you consider yourself a philosopher, but if you just follow you, the stuff that you put out there and the simple things that I see you writing in your journal that you post, and just ways to think and things to question. And I want to plug your YouTube page as much as we can tonight because
Thank you so much.
You put a lot of good programs together where you will spend a lot of time dissecting things like stories from the Bible and just strange history and things that you're doing in a completely non-biased way. You're not telling this go this way or that way.
That's it.
You're
Questions.
just laying out this is what it says. This is how people interpret it. But who's to say that that's how it's interpreted isn't necessarily that doesn't mean that's what it means.
Exactly. It's been a hobby of mine to just think and question since I was a kid. And during this last year, which as you know is nuts, I was like, all my whole life, I was like, God, I always wanted to go to college for philosophy. Because, Steve Martin was a philosophy major, and I always knew that it must be interesting, but I didn't know what it would be like. So during COVID, I was like, you know what? I am going to go to college for philosophy in my living room. Mm-hmm. I'm going to start, because I've been thinking about all these subjects and people for years, but not like formally. So I started doing a thing where I wake up in the morning and for about 3 hours every day, I read the old ancient philosophers and I take notes. I reflect. I'm trying to treat it like I'm in school, a little bit.
Well, it's such a good idea. I mean, it's such a good way to spend your time. I read a lot, and of course, I feel like an expert after every book. But the only times I really retain things is when I take notes when I read, and I don't always do that. But when I do become an expert, and I do expand on what the book is trying to tell me. I think
100%. I last month looked up on YouTube. And I always tell everybody, get YouTube Red, the premium. It is better. I don't know if you. Yeah. I'm sure. Do you use premium?
I just
premium's
got it.
Cool.
I just started a couple weeks ago.
No commercials is awesome. And I'm on YouTube. I covered my television. I don't have I covered my TV. There's a TV right over here. I covered the damn thing. Way more productive. What were we talking about? Philosophy, studying. Oh, writing notes.
Yeah.
Dude, if you take notes when you're reading, you like double your retention. And the other thing is writing in the book you're reading is supposedly really good. Like circling words, writing in the on the margins, like what the idea might be. That it all makes a difference,
Yeah, that's more like studying than just reading.
Yeah, it like locks it.
Yeah. So just for anyone that's interested in say you're an adult and you wanted to start doing magic, what are some books you might recommend someone read?
Oh, here, I'll show you. There's one. If you have children or you're a teacher or you're just a weirdo that wants to learn a bunch of tricks, my God, you can get this book for like less than $20. You could probably get it for $3 or $4 used. Right here. He passed away this year, actually. Mark Wilson's Complete Course in Magic. Look how thick it is.
Yeah.
This has a lot. Mark Wilson Magic, if you Google it or Amazon it. And it has close-up, hand stuff and big stuff. It's the whole...
Right. Do you ever consider yourself a mentalist or do any mentalist stuff?
Sometimes, so my take on the mental, so there are guys that are just mentalists and they would never do like the appearing cards. Right. So how I approach it, I blend them. When I'm doing magic in shows or in mingle, I throw the mental in and I don't point out that it's a different thing. It's just in there.
Sure.
And I also do it with magic. I might be doing a magic trick, but I'm using mentalism principles. So the answer is yes, I do. I just don't sell it as such necessarily.
Right.
Just like hypnosis. I use hypnosis in my whole show. It's not the kind that makes you asleep. It's the kind that gets you to think in certain patterns or do things. Uh-huh. And
what hypnosis book? What hypnosis book could you recommend?
It's funny. All my hypnosis stuff I learned from people, but there is a book by a guy named Orman McGill. It's like the something stage hypnosis. I forget the full title. Yeah, stage hypnosis. I've Orman McGill. That's a big one. Yeah. But hypnosis, I didn't believe it until somebody good did it to me. And
so you were able to be hypnotized?
Yeah, they got me. They got me to do something, and I felt it. I was like, "Wow, I actually felt that." Wow. You know, like that's my brain doing it.
Yeah, creepy, that's a very tricky one for people to believe. You know, you see it done on TV shows and demonstrations, even corporate events and stuff. And it seems like, are these people playing along, or is something really?
Some of them are.
Happening?
Some of them are.
Maybe. Yeah, I've hard
seen
to tell, but. Yeah, I've never been hypnotized myself, but I would definitely try it. But I'm not going to pay anyone to hypnotize me. But if someone did it
for
fun.
Have you ever tried self-hypnosis? That's fun. That's where you listen to
I've gotten really high and listened to Pink Floyd and stuff. Yeah.
That's hypnosis. That's a different form. It's actually a type. I mean, we've all done the bit where you're driving a car and it's late at night and you're like kind of half asleep, and then you're like you wake up. And you never closed your eyes. You're like, wait, where have I been for the last 5 minutes? Oh my God, I've been driving, but I'm awake. That's hypnosis.
Yeah. Yeah, you can definitely get there. It's still a mystery to me how people can really work other people right into that.
You want to know one secret?
Sure.
I'll give you a big one. If the hypnotist can do a convincer to the person they're doing it to, meaning get them to feel something, whether it be movement, heat, that's happening in their own mind. If they can have that happen and then realize that the dude is the cause of it, you got him. Dunzo.
Really?
Because now anything that guy does has a direct influence to that person.
Wow.
And so that is a major secret. To me, that is not only a secret to hypnosis, it's the secret to voodoo, witchcraft, and the occult too. It's the secret to mentalism, magicians, shamanisms, religious movements. It's right there. It's how Scientology hooks people. They do the E-meter, show you the needle move, and then they go, yeah, that's what it was. And you go, wow, that's real.
Your brain registers it as physical proof.
That's it.
Wow. I don't know how involved you are actively or anything, but I know you used to be a big spokesman for the Church of Satan. I know you're an Anton LaVey guy, and
still am.
So I don't know much. I mean, well, listen, I've read all of Anton LaVey's books, and I love him. I love him as a thinker, as a character, as a showman. I think when he put together the Satanic Church in the 60s, it was done with the right style, with the right flair, with the right amount of all that. And but what I don't know now is there is what is the thing now? Is it Satanic Temple? Or it's a bigger one now that's...
Yeah. Satanic Temple, a lot of people don't know their history. That is not real. The people that have the statue... they're not real, and it's so interesting. Their first thing they did that put them on the map was there was a Republican governor, I forget what state, and so as a prank, a film company, I forget the name of the film company, but it was two guys... They're a media company. They cast Satanists to play parts of Satanists for a protest. But it wasn't a protest. It was like they were there to support the Republican. So imagine you're running for office, Clownvis, and a group to stop you show up in Nazi uniforms. They're like, yeah, we like Clownvis, you know, hail Clownvis. You'd be like, whoa, dude. So that's how it started, the Satanic Temple.
Yeah. And
then when they got attention.
Yeah, and it's a shame because now anytime I see anything about it on the news or in any kind of headline,
it's them,
I think, well, what a bummer because the you know, it seems like just a contrarian stance, and if they can do it, we want to do it, and but I mean, gosh, you don't have to if you read the Satanic Bible, the the Anton LaVey book, it's in the first few pages that it is simply this is a human common sense way of thinking.
That's all it is.
And that's all it is. That's
all it is.
There's no.
But you got to add in there's a couple components that are interesting. And this is where the magic trick part comes in, which is fascinating. The thing about like the Satanic Temple that's funny is Anton LaVey used to say in the old days, so many people like to play the devil's game, but they won't take the devil's name. And LaVey is like, I'm taking the devil's name and admitting it. All the things that you guys like and say are evil and bad, I am that. I am those things. I am the opposite thinking. Like your thoughts, I have a different value system. Now, with the new group, they're taking the devil's name, but they ain't playing the game. They're acting like the people that they despise. And I don't like that. I don't prove a point by acting like mine enemies. I prove a point by living by example. So to me, that gets rid of their whole thing in 2 seconds. It's like, bye. It's nonsense. Yeah,
that's good, man. I don't have any real insight to that, but I kind of figured that you would, and I kind of figured that's what was going on.
I get asked a lot, and I usually don't mention them much, but I have to because people confuse the two. A lot of people like that dummy group, they'll say like, whoa, the Church of Satan doesn't do anything. And it's like, no, the Church of Satan doesn't do anything and is not supposed to. The members do. The members live their lives productively as whatever they are, whether they're a doctor, lawyer, fireman, clown, or, whatever, to their best ability. That's the proof is in the pudding,
Yep.
And that's why, to me, what he did is he took that philosophy and he went, oh, wow, the ancient shaman from the thousands and thousands of years ago, the way they dealt with magic is how the magician does now. It's here. And, using theater, metaphor, symbolism, ritual, sleight of hand, you can not only transform yourself, but you can transform other people. Yeah. So to me, real magic and fake magic, like card tricks, they're the same. There's no difference. You can have the same. It's who's watching and why. So
that is exactly. I mean, I couldn't have said that better myself. That's what it's there for. That's what draws us to it, and that's what people pick up on, whether they know it or not. That's what magic is.
That is exactly.
Well, look, man, we've been talking for a long time now already. I could talk to you for hours, but I got to wrap it up. I got a little more show I got to do.
Yeah, but, brother. Anytime you want to shoot the shit and chat, I'll come hang.
I love it. Tell people real clearly now where they can follow you here on YouTube and anywhere else.
You got it. YouTube, it's Cardone Entertainment. Cardone. And I've been hustling, as you know, Clownvis, it's hard to get followers. So anybody that comes over, I promise you're going to have a good time. And Instagram, Cardone Magic. Cardone Magic. Those are the two things. I'm on Twitter, but I don't hustle it that much. I don't really.
Well, I can speak up and say that you are a pleasure to follow online, and you put thoughtful stuff out there, and you put impressive stuff out there, stuff that makes you think, stuff that makes you wonder, stuff that inspires you to use your time wisely, because whether we know it or not, we all have time, and it's up to us how we use it. You're a great example, and you're an inspiration to me. And it's a pleasure having you on the show, Cardone.
Thank you. And it's a pleasure chatting with you because I feel the same to you. I'm not kidding you. I am a fan of yours, and I was the day I met you. I was like, that guy knows what he's doing. Because in
Well,
showbiz,
thanks, man.
there's
We'll
a lot
do
of crap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's pretty something that's half good stands out. Thanks, man. Listen, we'll do it again soon, and I hope I get to see you in person soon. All right, buddy?
Dude, we gotta hang. Anytime you want to come party in Rockaway Beach, you let me know. Bring the family.
I love it, man. Thanks, Cardone. I appreciate it.
I'm not
buddy.
kidding. Bring the whole fam. Party on, Wayne.
I will. All right. See you, buddy.
Yep. Nice to hang.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into shout out. Thanks, buddy.
You got it, bro. Let's hang soon. I'm gonna watch your show now.
Oh, baby, do you want to shout it out with me? Come on, yeah. Boom. Hey, gang, did you like that? Did you enjoy the amazing Cardone? Hey, if you want to make a shout out on next Friday night's show, that's an awesome idea. All you got to do is send a $5 or more donation to Venmo at Clownvis or PayPal clownswiththerescue@gmail.com. We're going to make all your shout out dreams come true. Like I said, we lost power last night, so I want to make sure that I pick up where we left off. I know there was a couple I missed, so I will make them all happen. All right, first from Alan Swaney, a shout out to Eric Boyd. At the time that I'm sending you this shout out, I am unsure if you'll be hopping on a surf liner to join our outdoor viewing party. If you are coming, please keep in mind that Tim Parker Uber Pool will be circling through Union Station on its way to or from Pasadena. If you're not coming, then I hope all your shout out dreams come true. Maybe I did that yesterday. From Laura Holtz, shout out to Clownvis for creating the magical Clownvis to the rescue and for successfully lodging the Amazon Prime Paul Stanley Cool Shoe Cam inspired by Croc song deep into the recesses of my brain all week. But he got to the clown that all the women want and all the men want to be. Who? Me? God bless you. Hey, Genevieve Gould says, thanks, Clownvis, for being such a gem on the Nedden game the other night. You bring your wit and clowny professionalism wherever you go. I'll send a pair of chili dog panties to you the next time we see you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. From Stacy Renee. Stacy Renee. To say that I'm heartbroken would be an understatement. I speak for others from the Clownvis Mafia group on Facebook. Watching you on a date with another woman was something we never wanted to witness, especially as I was a mere 30 minutes away. Unbreak my heart, Stacy. We? You're saying we? You say we don't like to see me on date? What are you, the goddamn Mickey Mouse Club? You don't own me. I told you I'm too busy for love anyway, but Stacy, thank you. I'm not trying to break any hearts. The last thing I want to be is goddamn Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers up here, all right? Trying to make you smile. I'm not trying to make you yearn for love. Genevieve Gould again. I'd like to send a shout out to my special CB radio co-pilot Ramona Luna, a.k.a. Lurleen. She's been keeping me company on my long drives in Euro Truck Simulator 2. I'd haul a truck full of lamb stomachs to Estonia for you any day, my beautiful darling. Wow. CB radio love. Cassandra McCurdy says, hi, Clownvis, happy Friday. This is from last night. Just wanted to give a birthday shout out to Squeeb the Alien and also Squeeb the Cat. It's Squeeb the Cat's first birthday today. Happy birthday, pretty kitty. Today was perfect. Is it Squeeb's birthday? Ken Treadway, dear Clownvis, shout out to the lovely Patty Rossier for sending me purple peeps. As we all know, that's the best flavor. She's the best love Ken. I agree with all of that. I agree that the purple peeps are the best. I agree that Patty is the best. And I agree with whatever the hell else you said, Ken. I love you. I give you a kiss on the face. Emma Parker. Hi, Clownvis. Shout out to the gang, Alan, Gina, Tim, and Melina. So glad to be hanging out poolside, socially distant at this Clownvis party. Thank you for housewarming us back to Sherman Oaks. Well, that's good, Emma. I'm glad you're back. Eric Boyd is giving a shout out to Alan, Gina, Tim, and Emma. Wish I could be there all with you for your Clownvis to the Rescue watch party. I'll hopefully make it up there to join you all soon in my light-up shoes. Thanks for always making that chat that much more fun. You guys do such a great job of being good fans, dropping comments, staying connected with each other. That is the essence of this show, and I appreciate it. I love it. I love you guys. Tony Baloney, who I also love, says, Tony Baloney here. I just want to shout out Provel Cheese, Fire Pits, and Tabitha's Hot Butt. All St. Louis staples. Provel Cheese, Fire Pits, and Tabitha's Boutte. Holly Grodberg, happy birthday to Squeeb the Cat from your Auntie Holly. Please don't set yourself on fire again. The hell did the cat set himself on fire for? Alan Swaney wants to give a shout out to his sister, Gina. I know you've had a hard couple weeks of chicken fighting, nesting, and filtering your mother's messages to me. I'm glad to take comfort in knowing that you are, in fact, in the Clownvis to the Rescue Fun Fan Art Hall of Fame on clownvistotherescue.com. Also, please remember that you are the greatest sister a guy could have. Let's take a polar bear dip in the pool. Great idea. Cardone does that. You know, Cardone does the polar challenge up there at Coney Island every first of every year. It's amazing. Harold Dufransky. Harold Dufresne says a Harold Dufresne shout out to the new batch of sea monkeys. We all look forward to seeing you little monkeys grow up and become part of our family. Couldn't say it any more better myself, Harold. Those monkeys are happy. Another Harold Dufresne shout out to the WWE's New Day. After a non-shout out to my mortal enemy Ric Flair, I didn't want everyone to think that all the WWE All-Stars were all jerks like Rick. WWE's New Day were the most awesome guys in the world when my wife and I got to have private breakfast, meet them, and greet them in Cleveland before a pay-per-view event. Harold Dufresne back again. Harold Dufresne back again. A Harold Dufresne shout out to April 17th, my favorite day of the year, National Crawfish Day. It's Crawfish Day. I'll be celebrating the only way I can on this great day by sucking those heads and pinching those tails. Suck 'em and pinch 'em, HD. The world is your oyster. From Corey Cooper, the man, Corey Cooper, Coop the Coopster. Shout out to everyone from the Cardone community. Bahiga and welcome. Be sure to come back next week. Yes, anyone that came over to watch Cardone, you are always welcome here. And we will try our best to make our shows not interrupt each other. And another one from Corey Cooper. Shout out to Clownvis. That's me. Thanks for the after party last night and doing such a killer show every week. Thank you. Yeah, we did have a good after party last night, but I swear to God, I cannot remember any of it. I don't remember any of the songs. So let me know if I sang a song real good last night in the comments. From Kelly. This is from Kelly and Ryan. We love Kelly and Ryan around here. Kelly Everett, Ryan Koenig, they want to shout out to Clownvis. Thanks for the after party last night and doing such a killer show every week. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. That was Corey Cooper's again. The shout out from Kelly and Ryan says, shout out to Fried Chicken from Forsyth, Missouri. We are glad to have dinner from the Everett family homeland. Forsyth, Missouri. Anybody watching in Forsyth right now? Anybody eating fried chicken in Forsyth? Another one from Ryan and Kelly. I love it. Ryan and Kelly shout out to having 2 toilets in their house now. They got a new house they're building and they finally have 2 toilets. We've been living with 1 toilet for too long. Bahiga, Botswana, Boomshanka. Congrats on the 2 toilets. And a triple dip from Ryan and Kelly. My God. Kelly and Ryan triple dipping for a shout out on Clownvis' 150th show. It gets more fun all the time. Also, thanks for Cockspar in the last night after party. That's right. I sang Cockspar because I found they have all the Cockspar karaoke. Hey, from Bonzo Branzino, only one night to help Clownvis get through the backlog. Amazing after party last night. Your voice was a precision weapon, slaying everyone with high velocity, peace, and love. We needed that. Bahiga and hair grease, boom shanka, good sir. Thank you, Bonzo Branzino. Travis Lands. Travis says, hey Clownvis, I'm getting my second vaccine shot on Monday and realizing I'm 2 weeks from being able to hug friends I haven't been able to see in over a year. I'm scared about re-entering the world. What's some advice for us in similar situations? P.S. I'll always be here. That's a good question, Travis. And honestly, I think that's something that a lot of people are feeling. And I can tell you, Travis, that is definitely something that I am feeling. The idea of going back in there when I have built these walls around me over the last year. Surrounded myself in this fortress with Squeeb and Brainina 95 and you guys. And yes, then, you know, you get a poke in the arm and then all of a sudden you got the green light and everything's fine. And you can go out, is what they're saying, you know. And so how do we deal with that? Well, I can tell you, as a vaccinated guy, that I went out and I went to Detroit and it was strange and it's weird. And I didn't get, I still didn't get too involved. Still didn't get getting too close. But I can tell you that maybe once you're out there, it wears off. You know, things get normal. But I don't know, man. In general, I love having the excuse to not have to do anything, to not have to go anywhere. So just hang tight. Don't go back hanging around people that you never wanted to hang around with in the first place. Spend the time with people you love and hug them tight, man. Hey, from Mr. R. I think this is from Mr. R. It just says MR, it says. Shout out to Gina, Tim, and Alan. Thanks for the socially distant Clownvis party. It's always a good time partying with you. From MR. I'm sorry I don't know your name. It says MR. From Billy C, shout out to Fern Ridge High School and Parkway South High School. I went to both. Billy. All right, Billy went to Fern Ridge and Parkway South, giving them a shout out, and we are shouting him out live on the air. Fern Ridge and Parkway South, shout out from Billy C. Yvette Shields, a shout out from Craig Garrow to his wife, Jessica. Oh, that's not from Yvette. This is from Craig. My bad. A shout out from Craig Garrow to his wife, Jessica. You are my everything, and without you, I'd be nothing. The song Falling in Love with You that I heard sung years ago in Blue Hawaii best sums up my feelings for you. Without you, there is no me. Wise men say, only fools rush in. We got a few more shout outs here. I love that movie Blue Hawaii, though. From Eric and Cracker Trash. Hey, Clownvis. We'd like to send a ginormous shout out to all the Craigslist rodeo clowns. Look forward to seeing y'all back in action this summer. Much clown love by Higa, Eric, and Cracker Trash, the Craigslist rodeo clowns. I myself spent time as a rodeo clown. As a Craigslist clown. Never was I a rodeo clown. I wouldn't do it. I turned the job down. This is a good one. Shout out to our grandson, Forrest. He turns 3 years old today. He loves dinosaurs and anything with wheels. He also loves getting Clownvis tattoos from Nana and Papa. That's Vance and Amy Chambers saying, Happy 23rd birthday to Forrest. Forrest, I hope you got some dinosaurs and Hot Wheels for your birthday, homeboy. And from Yvette Shields, Dear Clownface, what are your thoughts on IKEA meatballs? Ken Treadway wanted me to ask. Bye. I don't think about I don't think about them. IKEA meatballs, I've never had them. I don't think about them. But I do like IKEA in general. Hey, from Cindy Malore. This is from our buddy Cindy. We haven't heard from you in a while, Cindy. Good to hear from you. Hey, Clownvis, don't forget April 20th is Buddy Day. Shout out to Gerald Sharp and Cindy Malore. Those are the creators of Buddy Day. To Gerald for being the best buddy. Happy Buddy Day, Gerald. I love you very much, buddy. To Clownvis for being a buddy to us both. And to our great holiday, we celebrate being buddies. Our Buddy Day episode number 26. Thanks, Clownvis, for making a special episode for us. We will be watching it on the 20th. Also, happy buddy to everyone. Thanks for being our buddy. Your buddies, Gerald Sharp and Cindy Malore. Thanks, guys. They do Buddy Day on 420. From Zach. This is from Zach. Zachary Eiler. This is a bit late, but a big shout out to my boy Nick. You came through in a big way for my birthday this year, and I cannot thank you enough. You got together with everyone's favorite head honcho, Clownvis, that's me, and you made some really killer stuff happen. Thanks for being such a good friend for so long, man. And you're an awesome guy to boot. Love you, bro. Bahiga. Zach's friend got in touch. We made him a special video, and he had a photo of me and Zach. We had that printed out and autographed and sent to Zach. That's what good friends do, and that's what good clowns do. And Zach's a good guy, too. He works at Guitar Center, which, for a lot of people, is a good place. I got nothing bad to say about it. Another one from Zach. Another super late shout out, this time to the head honcho, Clownvis. My birthday celebration was awesome thanks to the consistent and unbelievable level of work and quality that you put into everything you do, along with your fire new tracksuit game. I would also like to commend you on your mastery of time and space that is used to bring this clearly 100% scripted mayhem to life. Cheers and Bahiga. P.S. I second the motion that we have a rum night. I like pussers and plantations myself. What is your favorite rum and or cocktail? I like Mount Gay. Jamaican rum. Mount Gay. And from Kate. Kate Nall. Shout out to Mr. Ken Treadway. You're a very nice boy, and you're a goddamn delight. Love, Katie Nall. And I think there was one that came in late here. Let me check one more. We didn't even get this bad boy printed out. But from Ken Treadway himself, dearest Clownvis, congratulations on 150 episodes. They said it couldn't be done, but we all had faith in you. Here's to 150 more. Love, Ken. Ken, I couldn't do it without you. Every single one of you that made shout-outs tonight, every single one of you that has ever made a shout-out, any of you that decide to make a shout-out in the future, you are the lifeblood in my veins and the one making this show go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is how, why, when, and where we do shout-outs. If you want to make one, all you got to do is send a $5 or more donation to Venmo at Clownvis or PayPal, clownviswiththerescue@gmail.com. We're going to make all your shout-out dreams come true. It's not a big deal. It's shout-outs. Yeah. That was a fun show. I had a good time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everything looked and sounded all right for you. I hope you like the flow of having a live guest that I can talk to. Of course, I'm not looking to just stack this show up with nobodies. I only want to spend time with people that fascinate me. And I can assure you that Cardone fascinates me. So make sure, once again, here on YouTube, make sure you are following Cardone Entertainment and on Instagram, Cardone Magic. You won't be sorry you did. You won't be sorry you did. And please, before this show is over, make sure if you see anything on the YouTube page, smash it, hit it, like it, bang it, ding it. It doesn't matter if it's a bell, if it's a square that says a word, no matter what it is. Is it a like? Is it a subscribe? Is it a bell? Is it a comment? I don't know. Hit it, smash your computer, smash your cell phone, get a baseball bat. Take one of those small souvenir baseball bats that you get from the baseball games and just pound the God-forsaken keyboard into oblivion if you like this program. If you do, press the like button, smash it, smash the comments, smash the bell. What the hell's the bell? Smash the subscribe. I love it, guys. My name is Clownvis. Make sure you go to Clownvis.bigcartel. What is it? Clownvis to the what the hell is it? Clownvistotherescue.com is up and running, ladies and gentlemen. Links to the merchandise store where you can pick up t-shirts and more, and also links to old shows, how to make shout-outs, and fun fan art, and everything you could need. My name is Clownvis. What a pleasure. I almost don't want to leave you. I got a friend in Abu Dhabi that is maybe waiting for a call, maybe waiting for a text. I don't know. But I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the scout law, to keep myself physically strong, mentally straight, and morally awake. I'll tell you what, if you guys go to Instagram, I'll do a quick after party, all right? 2 nights in a row. 2 nights in a row, we'll go to Instagram and have an after party, all right? I love you guys. My name is Clownvis, and we're gonna do a quick after party, a little one, not a long one, 'cause I'll miss ya. Clownvis to the rescue. Baiga, Botswana, Boomshanka, and all that jive. Bye-bye. Meet me at Instagram at Clownvis.